Such a nice surprise. So many people came, and I'm really happy that we are known here. So it's so great. So I want to really support Dmitry with his Primalbase project because it's really innovative. Nobody has ever done anything with real estate in blockchain before, and it's really great that the first location of Primalbase network is here in Amsterdam. It's a very cozy place. I think that you would agree that it's really cozy here, very nice location. It looks like a great proof of concept for the future Primalbase networks. So, guys, we'll have maybe some short presentation or some speech, and I'd like to have this conversation informal. So, just ask some questions later. Let's do some kind of Q&A, and Dmitry is gonna say a couple words about Primalbase and where he's gonna take it, because I think that in future it can be a real competitor to WeWork and to other co-working and real estate projects, because here we combine best of both worlds. We combine innovation with blockchain technology, real estate with blockchain, and no one has ever done it. It's an innovative type of financial instrument combined with expertise in real estate, because Dmitry has started several co-working places and he really knows what he's doing. So Dmitry, tell us something more about Primalbase.
Yeah. Hi for all of you. I'm happy to see you. This is very important for us to meet in here today, because as I mentioned before, the Primalbase is a project about the infrastructure and also about community. This is the field where classical economy matching with crypto economy, and we see we're looking for really have success in this field, and this is one of this is very important for us. Yeah, this is very important why we start the Primalbase in Amsterdam, because for me it is a city of very good potential. Very fresh view, and we want to start here and have a great network on Primalbases, and see you, all of you, in the field of blockchain. Thank you very much.
So let me just, I don't know, it's such a story, because when I was here first in Amsterdam, there was a very small Waves meetup. It happened when were we here?
I think in autumn, yeah.
Yeah, and we went to some place, and before that, I must admit that we went to a coffee shop. Yeah, it's a bad story actually, and I was really feeling bad after that, and it was really hard to talk to people about Waves after that. So I wasn't in a coffee shop today, so I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to answer to all your questions together with Dmitry about Waves, about Primalbase, and about, I would like to hear your suggestions about where we can take Waves, what we need to do there, and it's really great that we have such an active community in Netherlands. So also I'd like later to speak, so the most important members of the community would say a couple of words too. Would you be able to do it later? Sure, yes. So maybe if you have questions about Primalbase, about Waves, just go ahead and we'll proceed like that. Or I can say people something more about Waves and about what we are doing now. So I don't know if everybody here knows what Waves is. So it's an open blockchain platform at Ethereum, as many other platforms. We are competing with Ethereum now, and what Waves can do for the people now. Yeah, you can launch your own crowdfunding project in a very simple way. People are raising like, I don't know, $1 million per day using Waves technology now. So it never happened before, so you just install application and you make a couple clicks and you issue your own cryptocurrency, your own share, and you can do so many things with it. For example, you can do an ICO. You can sell it to people to users who support your project. It's like governments don't know what to do with this. It's unregulated now, but it's not prohibited, it's not banned, so people are trying to make it legal. What we are doing, we are trying to make this thing work like, legally. So we are trying to create a platform in Singapore that's going to be compliant and where everybody can launch this type of project. So it never happened before, and it's a very big market now. Many projects on Ethereum are raising like 100 million per day. Yes, so there are like projects that raised 150 million in 2 hours. It looks like a bubble. Probably it's gonna burst in some time, but after that, this technology is gonna grow because there is no coming back. Because people realized that it's gonna stay with us. So what Primalbase is doing, they're trying to use this technology to issue some kind of voucher on blockchain. So this voucher will offer some kind of access to all the holders of the token, and you can use any location of Primalbase network lifelong. So you buy this token and you have access to all the locations of future Primalbase network, starting from this one. Also, you can lease it to other users, and they can actually use the services of Primalbase. So you don't even have to use it as an access token. You can just lease it to other users. It's a very innovative idea. So it never happened before. So what happens here, you have this coupon that can be traded. It's like a new tradable instrument. So you can tokenize vouchers, coupons, and you can make them tradable. So it's a whole new world of opportunities. Only your imagination limits you here. So Dima, would you like to add why you really need blockchain in Primalbase? What it gives you, like what value does it bring here?
Thank you, Sasha, for such long introduce. And why we use blockchain in Primalbase project? This is two main things. I think, first of all, this is a very interesting way for raising money for such a huge project where we need to build a lot of technical hubs all over the world. If somebody knows and see it in our website, it will be the first. We have the first Primalbase hub in Amsterdam, and then we, in the first step, we want to have Berlin, London, Singapore, and New York, and much more in the step 2. And the first. And the second, we want to have the core of community, the core of people who use it, who use this infrastructure, meet each other, and have collaboration. This is two main things in the field of shared workspaces business model, infrastructure and community. And we have all these questions answer in one place. Yeah, that's why we use the blockchain for and such a kind of raising money like ICO. And the second, the blockchain, it's not the blockchain is very good implication is in real estate. Why? Because when you rent something in real estate or leasing something, you have short-term ownership. You know, if you tokenize the leasing process in real estate, you can very easy and cheaper way send your digital token to the person who wants to lease the infrastructure. This is for life or office spaces or maybe something else. And this is very easy to use. That's why we can disrupt this area of real estate, making it very easy and interesting way. And it's like a quick win here. That's why we can use and somebody can use this model after us, and we can see a lot of applications of blockchain in real estate, something like this.
Can you give us some more details about how many tokens are going to be issued when you are starting your campaign, and how many locations and in which cities you're going to have?
Yeah, we have not general ICO campaign because we have a limited edition of digital tokens. We have only 1,000, and we start our ICO campaign in 26th of June in 12 UTC, and the first, as I mentioned before, and the first step we open in the 5 locations and technical hubs in instead of Amsterdam, in Berlin, in London, in New York, and Singapore. Watch the city. You can go to our website primalbase.com and read more about the cities of why we choose this or not in other cities, because we see a huge potential in all of this. First of all, in Amsterdam, in the Singapore right now become a crypto valley for many of blockchain projects. And you can read about this, why we chosen, and join us also in primalbase.com.
1,000 tokens sold.
Yeah. This
and
will be sold.
Just more details, probably. People want to know how it's gonna work. So, what's the price of the token during the first day of the crowd investing campaign?
How it will works and what will be value of the digital token, the Primalbase token. It will be the lifelong access for the all infrastructure in a Primalbase network. In the first step, the 5 location, and then we will open the more and more, and the holder of the Primalbase tokens will vote for the next location. That's why if the members of the Primalbase community decide that we need to open their hubs in Canada, in maybe San Francisco, in Prague, maybe in Spain, in China, in Tokyo. This is a good place also. We will go there, and we will have a hub for all of us in these cities. It's very impressive, because this is the digital access for infrastructure, and the services above this. It's lifelong access, in the first. In the second, we have because the network of the hubs will grow, the price of token, we suppose, also will grow. And the second, we have a technical feature here. We get for ownership for owners of Primalbase tokens, we give opportunity to rent it out. So if you don't want to use the infrastructure, you can get it you can rent it out for those people who need it. This is very interesting, because you can have a regularity income for you. And the third, I think they're also very important, because we want to work with the liquidity of Primalbase tokens, and from the one part of our global income, we want to buy from the exchangers some Primalbase token time to time.
Okay, so
about the price,
I hope you. No, I mean when you do the ICO crowdfunding campaign, at the first day you have one price, and at the second day the price rises. And can you just give me some more details?
That's why we match the classical economy and crypto economy. We need to have some couple of money for build our infrastructure. We have a price for a Primalbase token like 5 bitcoins, and we want to have a discount for the first day, because we want to give the opportunity for those guys who also decide to buy the Primalbase token in the past. We want them to have a discount for 40% in the first day. That's why in the 26th of June the price will be the 3 bitcoins.
3 bitcoins, 5 bitcoins. It's like $15,000. Isn't it too much? Why is it so expensive?
In the first view, you can say that it's very expensive. But the second, if you see how the WeWork model works, it's like something like $350 per month. Yeah, it's you can if you rent it out, your digital token, you can collect the money during the 2 years, and you can own the things for free after this. And it's about the income, and also the couple of the network will be growth. That's why you give access for all of them. This is cheap. Yeah, this is not expensive. I think it's like this.
Yeah, the idea here is to create some kind of WeWork on steroids, so to say. So you pay like $400 per month to WeWork for access to one location, and here you pay one-time payment, and you have lifelong access to all the future and current locations. So this is the idea here, and you have very many ways to make money with this token, because you can lease it to rent it to other people. You can this token will grow in value because there is limited resource. You have limited resource here, and there is not going to be more than 1,000 tokens. And if the network grows, the value of one token is going to grow too. So you have this new mechanism that allows your token to grow in value, and it's a great thing. It can be a great investment opportunity, because this instrument has never been made before, and if it works out as intended, it can be a huge thing that many other projects can use. So also membership, you can tokenize membership, whatever it can be, gym membership, whatever it is. You can sell it on blockchain, it can be tradable on blockchain. This is the idea here. And on top of that, you put some other functions like leasing, like trading, and you have some very flexible instrument that can be used as an investment, as an access token, as a voucher, whatever it is. It's a huge thing. It never happened before, guys. So it's really true. It's a combination of blockchain, real estate, and some kind of new sharing economy. So it's really can be great. I hope you understand how it works. Actually, I don't know if we are on the same page here. So if somebody has some questions about Primalbase token, why it should be bought, why it can have value, please don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, and I want to add that's because we, with Sasha, we meet each other really often. That's why I think he can ask me question the next time. And I do not see you every day. That's why I will be happy, and I think Sasha will be happy to see the question, to have a question from you. And don't forget about that this is a Primalbase meetup for Waves community. This is not the advertising about the Primalbase. This is a Waves meetup, and feel free, please, and get a question not only about Primalbase, because it's all information you have seen the website or something else, also about the blockchain technologies, the future of blockchain, some interesting projects in the field of blockchain, about the waves, about the plans of about the Sasha vision, because he have a great, I think, for my opinion, he one of the major ambassadors of blockchain technology right now in the world. I think we're all happy to see him here and answer the question about. We want to be interesting for you here today. This is not only. This is not advertising for Primalbase. Yeah? This is only the field we can hear each other, and we have connect and have something interesting here.
Yeah, just I wanna support all innovative projects, because on Waves, we've done things that never has ever done before. For example, we've done ICOs, crowd investing for farms, for a farm, yeah. Or we've done crowd investing, we've helped crowd invest for a steel factory. So we are a little bit different from Ethereum because they might be probably more focused on like more futuristic things, and we are focusing on more like real world things. So like factory or farm or real estate. So we are trying to prove that you can use blockchain technology in very different areas. For example, in real estate. So it's not about like, you know, success of the campaign. It's about the understanding. I hope you understand why this project might be successful, or like ICOs can be successful in general. So as you know, Waves has also done an ICO, and we raised like $17 million, and Waves token cost around 17 cents at the beginning. Now it costs more than $5, so people like made some pretty nice profits. It's just the beginning. So it's a new economy. It grows, it booms. So it's not about the money even at this stage. It's about making people understand that this new thing, this ICO token thing, is here, and it's here to stay, because you can't really ban those tokens. They just exist. Yeah, you can't ban the blockchain. So this is the whole idea here, because people at the beginning they tried to some kind of ban it, to tell people that you can go to jail for some kind of, you know, Bitcoin usage, and now it turned around. So governments and regulators realize that this is a great deal of innovation here, and you better utilize it and use it and make it work for the state, for community, for common good. So, sure.
Are you going to solve the centralization of miners in Waves?
It's, what do you mean by centralization?
I mean the
yeah.
leasing to miners.
Yeah.
It's like the one and the top two. They own like 50% of the share. So how are you going to?
Yeah. So actually, it's gonna be regulated by communities. So the idea here is, if you realize that some miner has much more stake and mining power than the rest of the network, users can just cancel their leasing transactions. So this is the idea here. It can be proven that it's secure, but from intuitively you understand that it should work. So if you see that there is some danger to the network, you just cancel your lease. That's all. Okay. And that's how it works. So it's not centralization. I wouldn't call it centralization, okay. Of course. Yeah.
The other question is, how are this? Sorry. Yeah, sure. How are the smart contracts in Waves going to differentiate from Ethereum? Because
it's an interesting story. Yeah. So Ethereum, you have so-called Turing complete. What is Turing complete? It is supposed that you can run any code on blockchain. So you just put some smart contract onto the blockchain, and it can do anything, absolutely anything. It can be some kind of gambling application or investment fund like DAO was. So it's kind of dangerous, and the thing here is, in order to implement this, you need to introduce a new entity. It's so-called gas in Ethereum, and you pay for each step of computation. You have to pay something. Otherwise, you would have infinite cycles, infinite loops. So it wouldn't work. So you could attack the network very cheaply. So in order to mitigate this, Vitalik Buterin introduced a new entity, gas, and you have to pay gas to run those smart contracts. But now this gas is very expensive, and to run them in reality in a production system, you have to pay a lot of money. So the thing here is, the system potentially can do anything, but there is another degree of freedom economy. So the price of the token, Ethereum token, and of the gas, that prohibits you from running any kind of sensible production systems, because you just have to pay too much. And the idea here is to have smart contracts. What is smart contract? It's a code that is put onto the blockchain, and it runs like on its own. So for example, what is the good example of smart contract? For example, gambling. Yeah, there is a football game. I don't know, Real Madrid is playing against Juventus. Yeah, so you want to bet on the result, and you send some money to the blockchain, and they're locked in some contract, and depending on the result, you get your profit or you get nothing. So there should be some kind of code that checks the result, which is put onto the blockchain somehow. Yes, some party or several people are putting this result onto the blockchain. It is verified that there is consensus between them, and smart contracts checks the result. Okay, real won. Yeah, so you get the money. So this is smart contract. So it's no people are involved here. So smart contracts check the result somehow. Yes, and it sends you money. This is a good example of smart contract. But in Ethereum, in the most, of course, at the moment, popular system, you have to pay too much for running those contracts. And the idea here is you don't have to pay anything, anything bigger than the usual price for a transaction, because you don't have to pay for smart contracts. They are going to be non-Turing complete, so-called. So you won't be able to do everything, but you will be able to do like 95% of what Ethereum can do, and you won't have to pay additional money. So, and on top of that, you'll have so-called, probably know such systems as Zcash, Monero, and stuff like that. There's anonymity there. So with those type of contracts, it's called Sigma protocols. It's very technical, so I won't go into details here. You get those anonymous transactions. So you have smart contracts and you have anonymity. So you'll be able to send money anonymously, because it's not for like bad actors, it's not for bad people. Businesses want to stay anonymous because you don't want to everybody know how your business operates and to whom you are sending your money. So anonymity is needed not only for like, you know, some kind of bad business transactions. It's needed for normal business. Or when you are trading at an exchange, nobody knows what order at an exchange in the order book belongs to whom. Yeah, it would be strange if everybody knew that. So order books are anonymous. You have to create anonymous order books somehow.
Are you going to implement something like ZK snarks, like in Ethereum as well?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty zero knowledge proofs. Yeah, it's some. It's similar to what Zcash does, but a little simpler actually. So, and you can do both smart contracts and anonymity within this zero knowledge.
One more question. Are you going to attract more projects to Waves from Ethereum? Because I heard you saying in a TV interview or so, that Ethereum has many projects that don't really make use of whole Ethereum. So how are you going to attract more projects to Waves? Because
actually,
it's simpler and faster.
Yeah, if you follow Ethereum closely, you understand that most people use Ethereum to do ICOs now. Yeah, so they just issue ERC20 token and some kind of smart contract which is used to create a token and sell it to investors. So it's not a proper usage of Ethereum, of course. Yeah, because in Waves you have tokens like from scratch. You don't have to create a smart contract to create a token, because token is the basic entity. And in Ethereum you have smart contracts, and through smart contracts you create tokens. It's like some kind of different approach. And of course, Ethereum has its issues. It's a great system because it's quite flexible potentially. But in order to really tap into the full potential, you have to solve so many issues, scalability issues. Because of course, the thing with Ethereum is it's great for prototyping, for proof of concepts, but it doesn't work as a production system, as you understand. Because no one, probably you won't be able to show me a working real world product built on Ethereum.
A Prism maybe, but it's also on the blockchain. A Prism from Shapeshift maybe, but that's
okay, might be, yeah. So it's very limited usage at this stage. So they have to really have some technical upgrades, step it up really in a really big way in order to make it usable by a real world business. Probably they're going to do it. I don't know. I think that there can be a simpler way to achieve the same. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Some more questions, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Where's Lola? How many Primalbase tokens do I need to use this app, for example? What are the policies, restrictions, and procedures? How can we
Dmitry?
Yeah, what's the question, please? I don't have an answer prepared, you know, that's why what is the question?
Can you moderate a little, yeah?
You are, sorry?
Yeah.
Could you put your hand up for me?
Yeah, just use the microphone and sorry.
So basically this question is regarding Primalbase. How many tokens do I need to use this app? Yeah. What other procedures, policies, and maybe restrictions?
It's very simple because you need to have one Primalbase token for you, and you need to have extra more Primalbase tokens for those persons who you need to join you. Yeah, one token for one person. This is why the price is so huge for the first view, and this is the first digital token that will be costs more than Bitcoin. What about the policies? And this is very simple. The blockchains here, it's not about something new rules between the people. Yeah, this is not a way when people doing strange things. You know, that's why I think we need to have some very simple rules that nobody don't need to stress each other and nothing else. We don't want to have a very hard and very long list of rules of your if you're working here. That's why we don't have it right now. But we think that people who are understanding how the blockchain works, how this set up, how we have some cryptocurrency, how this set up and login and system, it's have a huge knowledge, and they know how to communicate with each other. We are not supposed to have some strange things inside.
One more question. I know that the Primalbase token will be split on like some fractions.
Yeah.
So if I need one token, why we need those fractions? Or
yeah, this is a good question. This is a good question because the answer is very simple. We have one token for access, and if somebody not have a full couple of BTC or another cryptocurrency to buy this, he can already join our campaign and have some fractions. This is a 0.0001 of Primalbase token, because this is also the treble instrument. This is also the economic instrument to trading for lease it out and also sell when the price will grow. So if you have this is something like $1 or something like this, you can also join our campaign and reach together.
Okay. So as I understood, one token for 1 year or for forever?
One token for lifelong, you know,
okay.
for forever. Maybe this is strange, but it is how the model works. Yeah.
Okay. And one more question: if I have a team, for example, with 5 or 6 people,
yep.
If we want to use this hub, we need 5, 6 tokens.
Yeah, of course, exactly. Yeah, this is very simple. You buy 5 or 6 Primalbase tokens and use the infrastructure lifelong, and see other guys who use it. And this is not about this is important to add. This is not about not only about the blockchain people, not only about the blockchain projects, because this is a core of it. Yeah, because we want to have we involved in blockchain technology very deep, but also we want to collaborate and see some new projects in the matching in other fields. Maybe we can see here in technical hubs, our infrastructure. We have some some teams from finance, from research and development, from marketing people, I don't know, architecture, someone else, and this is a good sort of collaboration.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another question, guys,
I'm
please.
coming over to you. Yeah, we actually got a question on Facebook. Dmitry, you, yeah, on Facebook, because people are watching us live right now.
It's stress a little for me.
So you mentioned that there is going to be a limited amount of Primalbase tokens, right? Are they going to be listed on some major exchanges?
Yeah, of course. This is the tradable instrument, as Sasha mentioned, and also Primalbase, as usual in this way, will be listed, and you can trade it. Of course, it's appear in decentralized in Waves wallet, and it will be available for the major tradable platforms, such a kind, maybe Axmo, Polonix, Bittrex, some more centralized, yeah, platforms. But of course, in the first of all, in the decentralized platform inside the Waves wallet. Yeah, is it right?
The beauty of Waves platform is you don't have to list your token at exchanges. It's like listed automatically. You have your token issued and can be traded immediately. So Primalbase token is going to be traded at major exchanges and of course right inside the Waves wallet. So it's very cozy, very neat and very nice setup we have. Questions?
Okay.
I'm interested how you get to your customers. That means I understand the mechanics, how you build it up, but how can you get your customers?
It's a question for me also.
Yes, this question for you.
So many questions for me. It's very simple.
Regarding to Primalbase.
Yeah, how we can find the tenants for Primalbase, yeah? Yo, it's very easy for us, I think, because we really know what the projects need. We already use it for ourselves. That's why we are making some projects in the field of research, in the field of technologies. We have strong connections with the people, other projects here, and if you know, in Amsterdam, here in Primalbase Werf, we have already some users, the companies that use the infrastructure that we have inside. This is the companies Dolphin, Just Sports Marketing, QuickUp will be, I think, our tenant, maybe in the near future. And how we can see and find more and more tenants. This is like a market. This is a market. Yeah, we have the good project, we have a good product, we have a good infrastructure. Some services include, and we go to the market and says, okay, if you need to have some office spaces, you need to have a space for your R&D lab, your branch office or something else, come on and have this in Primalbase. Yeah, it's very simple. We will develop for the fast and easier way to connect the tenants, to connect the users and administrative stuff. For this, we will have develop the digital platform also as mobile apps, and it will be very simple to use in the future.
Just one last question. Is your primal idea the position of Primalbase, or more the whole infrastructure behind it? I mean, the fact that it's supposed on digital platform and so on. What is real your pinpoint about it?
As far as I understand, you're asking what is more important here, the digital infrastructure or like the actual product?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm looking about and asking your philosophy about it.
Yeah, I think this is a combination of both things. So you have.
Yeah, of course. This is the combination, as we mentioned before. This is like the field where real estate meet blockchain technologies. It's of course about the infrastructure, and blockchain it's using here not for all tenants, because the big part of tenants not have digital accesses. This is a classical way. Yeah, this is not only infrastructure for those people who involved, because we have a lot of us here, but the market of the classical economy, it's much more huger, yeah. And when we only concentrate on people who have cryptocurrencies, have the digital access for understand the blockchain, we have a little market for these people. That's why we have a core of a community in blockchain projects here. But of course, another tenants is a much more bigger part will be from another sphere. You know, not from a blockchain at all. Yeah, some of the people who are right now located here don't know about blockchain nothing. You know, this is not very important, because we need to meet each other and maybe teach each other of new things. You know, that's why the blockchain using only for access and for those 1,000 people who will use it or rent it out. That's why another companies have a classical current agreements because between. That's why.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me add actually, guys. I suppose that most people here understand what ICO is. Yeah. Please raise hands who don't understand what ICO is. Because we are talking about ICO, initial coin offering, and this is a process when you actually offer your users of your product to invest in it. So here I think that Dmitry is going to cryptocurrency community and he offers to invest in Primalbase. So I think most customers are going to come from cryptocurrency community, and Waves is going to be a tenant here. We're going to rent space here and in all locations all over the world. So, and I hope that other projects like Ethereum and other guys, they're very interested, by the way, they're going to join us, and it's going to be some kind of real world hubs for blockchain technology all over the world, starting from Amsterdam, New York, London, Berlin, and what else do we have? Singapore, yeah. So it's going to be a hub for blockchain technology all over the world. That's why I participate in this both conceptually, like suggesting some ideas, and I really want to be a part of this project because we want to be in all the offices of Primalbase all over the world, and we're going to have a huge meetup campaign soon, so we're going to promote Waves all over the world, since our product is not complete, but you can use it. Very many things are working, and we need to start promoting and organize meetups, and we're going to be represented all over the world, and Dmitry and Primalbase is going to help us with this. So customers are going to come from cryptocurrency community, and this is the most active and innovative community now. So this is the beginning of cryptocurrency hubs all over the world, I think. Please ask more questions.
I have a question regarding the token making. Last period you had very offensive tokens, and I know you didn't delete it, but it's removed from the Waves exchange. But how are you gonna deal with in the future, and how keep it decentralized?
Yeah, it's interesting actually. Interesting questions. I've been asked that question today a couple times. So the thing here is, if you issue some token with some racist name, so you can still somehow use it, yeah. But we as a service that supports the network, we support the matcher, the matching engine, and we don't have to support your token. You can mount your own matcher, and you can trade this token there. So the idea is like that. So it's not like that. So you don't make it decentralized in this way, because you still have an opportunity to maintain and mount your own service. So and do trade whatever tokens with weird names, you might invent. So, but we don't have to support this. So you can have your own matcher, your own service that trades this bad token. This is the idea here.
Yeah, I understand it. Another question is regarding the exchange, because the DEX, I see a lot of new cryptocurrencies are adding also DEX. How are you going to compete or put it in a marketing plan to make sure, yeah, you are more focused on the general masses, so you are more simplified, but how are you going to make sure that not the other altcoins, or assume like IOC, Ethereum, like big upcoming altcoins, how are you going to make sure they will not take over your place in this
Sure,
case?
yeah, our DEX is more usable for real world because you have it, you have best of both worlds here. You have the centralization that blockchain provides, and you have the speed of execution that centralization provides, because there is a centralized matching service and decentralized order settlement, actual value transfer. So it can be made very fast, and you can potentially do high frequency trading. And I'm talking to a couple real world exchanges that, not cryptocurrency exchanges, but like stock exchanges that want to implement this technology. Because probably I think this combination is the only thing you can do with blockchain for real trading now, because you need to have high frequency trading. If you do it all on the blockchain, you can do high frequency, because blockchain has a very high latency. It's very slow by design, so you have to synchronize all the nodes that are spread all over the world. So it can be made fast. So you need to combine centralization with decentralization in order to make it fast, and that's what we are doing. So I think that we're going to be implementing this like for real world exchanges soon. It's because I'm talking to them, there is a chance that it is going to happen. So I think that our technology is closer to real world now than competing projects, because you can't have decentralized trading in Ethereum. It's too costly. It's going to cost you a lot. So to move orders, you have to pay. Yeah, and it's bad. So, and you have bit shares, but in bit shares you have it all on the blockchain. So it has its limits too. Our technology is better at this stage, and it's going to develop. It's not the final step, because we have a network of matchers that interact with each other. So it's not going to be one matcher, it's going to be a network of matchers. So there's going to be a protocol on top of the matchers. So it's just the first step in that direction.
Another question was regarding the gateways from the Euro USD, because from my understanding you would be adding more gateways, but how many are you planning to do? So the maximum or the minimum? And like, yeah, you also have like the compliance with the ID, and for the whitewashing of the money, of course, laundry money.
Yeah.
But are they also like also focused, because you said stocks and etc., but it's also focused on like the altcoins also? Is there also a plan of ways to adding more like Polonix, all the altcoins or B-Trex?
Sure. Yeah, sure. We're going to add all national currencies, you know. So it's a matter of compliance, and it's a matter of partnership with some financial institutions all over the world. So we're going to add euro, it's there already, dollar, Asian currencies, of course, yuan. We are talking to Japanese institutions now to add yen. So it can be great if you can trade yen to dollar on Waves blockchain. It's going to be huge, like Forex market on Waves. As for other crypto, we're going to have Ethereum hopefully until the beginning of the next week, and all the other cryptos too. I hope that respective cryptocurrency communities will be active, and they're going to have their own gateways for waves. So we don't have to store their coins, and there are going to be some trusted gateways, trusted by community. So this is our idea. So we're going to support Ethereum, both Ethereums, Ethereum like Vitalik's Ethereum and Classic, and after that we'll offer other communities to maintain their own gateways for waves.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans to integrate something like Cosmos or another protocol to decentralized exchange as well? Or?
Yeah, it's interesting because we need to have sidechains, because very many guys want to have some kind of inter-exchange protocol between Waves and Ethereum now. So, and it's very hard to implement this in a trustless way. So it's pretty technical, so probably I won't go into much details here. But we're going to be working on sidechains, and since we have proof-of-stake system, you can't really make a secure sidechain with proof-of-stake at this stage. So we are thinking how to do it in a secure way. If you know what sidechains are, no one has ever implemented a working sidechain yet. So like production-ready system, and can be done in proof of work. It can be done fairly easily, and it's going to be implemented in a system that is developed by some of our core developers. It's called Ergo, so stay tuned. It's going to be launched in a year or so. No, it's without an ICO, by the way. They're going to launch it they're going to bootstrap it with their own funds. And it's going to be a huge proof of work coin. Ergo is going to be called. I'm not involved in this, more like an advisor. Some of our core developers are working on this. And you can do sidechain there. And I think we'll figure it out how we can do it with proof of stake too. So once we have it done, we can transfer Ethereum tokens to Waves blockchain and the other way around in a trustless way. But for now, I don't know how to implement this yet.
Are there also ways to implement the DEX? Can we also implement it? We are core ranking. We have implemented Shapeshift in our website with the integration. But are we also able to implement the DEX of Waves in our website, or is it really hard to do now, or do we have to wait for some?
No, you can. Sure, you can have your own exchange based on DEX. You just front end in JavaScript. That's all, and probably you have to maintain your own matcher and a node, so it can be done easily. Yes.
Also, something like instant exchange, because we are not going to implement order books or whatever. I mean. More like instant exchange, like Shapeshift.
You want to implement some kind of Shapeshift into Waves?
Yeah, sort of cool. Decentralized. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, so great idea. We'll do this. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
One more question from Facebook to Dmitry.
One more hard question.
Yeah, for sure. Why you're not promoting your project in Cyprus, and in general, who is going to make a decision on where to open the next Primalbase location?
Oh, it's very easy. I suppose it will be much more harder for me. Cyprus, it's we can't. In this stage, we can't take a Cyprus and put in on Berlin, or on London or Singapore, That's why in the next step we want to have open. We want to have some more hubs opening, and we want for Primalbase holders to vote from the next location how it will be doing such a kind. I think we have some interesting cities, as I mentioned before. It's like Tokyo or Prague, a really, really interesting city in also San Francisco and other great cities, also maybe Cyprus too. And I think we need to go to token holders and ask them what we need to do, where we need to have our new base, our new primal base. That's why this is only one way we need to do, and go for them and ask, have a question, and act after that.
I have a question about ICOs in general, but also maybe specific to Primalbase. Is technically it's all feasible, but what are the economic incentives to the issuer? So if you issue a coin, and especially if you commit to limiting the number of coins, that means you're also limiting your own potential income, and also potentially which you can generate an income with all the different tokens, especially if you relate the tokens to something physical. So the question I have, I mean, to you with respect to Primalbase, to you, real estate in general, is you need to. It seems to me that you need to think very carefully about how you structure the ICO, such that you still have the incentive as the issuer to expand and make money yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Let me reply to this. Of course, yeah. I'm not involved in ICOs, so I'm building the blockchain, but my advice to ICO project would be to have a clear economic model. So you have to really calculate how your economy works. As far as I understand, in Dmitriy's case, he's done his homework, and because these 1,000 tokens, which is sold to investors, won't represent all the working places. So there's going to be something on top. So he can also make money from selling those places that are not sold to ICO investors. So it's not going to be 1,000 workplaces. It's going to be more than that. So, and potentially he needs this money to bootstrap his project. But using that money, this project is going to develop, and he can also use profits to open new locations, and it's like seed funding, and he can also attract in future money from normal venture capital. Potentially he can do another ICO in future, actually. Yes, so for example, if it's successful, if the network is growing and the token price is growing, he can have another ICO and build like 20 new locations with the proceeds from the new ICO. So it depends on how this project develops, and everything. If everything is successful, if the initial stage is successful, he can attract more money, or from VC funds, from new ICO, or he can use his profits to expand the network. Am I right?
Perfect. Perfect understanding. Thanks, Sasha.
One more question to Dmitry. Sasha, nothing personal. How are you going to match token holders with those who would like to rent a token? Is there going to be a platform or application?
Yeah, I think this is, I want to say a few words about this, and also give the word for Sasha, because the technically he know very well how it will be. It will be designed like a coin leasing also, and it will be the peer-to-peer transactions. It's a lot of scenarios here, and the token holder and that person who want to use this token decided by themselves what is the money between them, or something services, or it's a gift or something else. I don't know. This is about this, and also we need to care about the communicate of the token holders and the people who want to rent it, because and for this we want to put it in our application. And this is will be the easier way where then can find each other, but not to have exactly current agreement. Okay? This is important because they really choose the amount of money for this, or choosing another points of their agreements by themselves. It's peer-to-peer. Can you add something about this?
Yeah, it's like it's going to be implemented on top of Waves, of course. So you will have this transaction that allows you to lease your token. And as currently you have it with leasing out your Waves to miners, it's going to be similar to this. There can be some kind of centralized platform built on top of Waves, or we can actually integrate it in Waves. I don't know how it's going to be done, but it's going to be working fine, for sure. Yeah. So, please ask more questions. If you
Here's one from Facebook.
Who is it? Who is Facebook with so many questions?
You have a fan.
Okay.
Apparently, you mentioned that Primalbase could diversify services in the future. Could you tell us more about it?
About services?
Maybe you're planning to open a restaurant or something else other than co-working.
Maybe. Of course, this is the interesting part that you can read in our website. This is part explain how we see the future of developing of Primalbase projects. Yeah, if we have on this stage very fast growing of network and growing amount of tenants and very good feedback from community, we want to build upon this verified model that's matching the real estate and blockchain. We want to build the a little bit more infrastructure, the more variable infrastructure with the living, with some point for with bar and the kitchen. Yeah, that's more like look, we see on WeWork and how it works. Yeah, WeWork after the success with the office rental, they saw the project will live. You know, I think everybody who are looking for this know about this, and this is what we want to match in the Primalbase projects in the field, also in the real estate and blockchain. We want to see the couple of variety of things that everybody needs. That's why we supposed to see the bigger hubs in those places where we need to grow. Yeah, I think something like this.
You wanted difficult questions. Here is one. What is the meaning of dots on your logo?
What's dots?
Dots on the logo.
I think most of you can read what is mean. It's like one of their major symbols of a computer area, like как бы перфокарта?
Yeah, it was like a thing with first computers when you don't have any kind of storage, and people use some kind of paper sheets with holes in it to input the information. I don't know the English word for this actually. Yeah, punch cards, exactly. Yeah.
Punch cards. Yeah, we are thinking about the first thing in computer area. The punch cards. Yeah, one more word in my vocabulary. Thank you very much. You know, this is what we mean. What we think about when we create the Primalbase. Yeah. Also the identity of this, because we understand it's very important to make easy links for understanding this. We're thinking about something like very easy, something you need and nothing more, something primal, and we think about what is the primal thing in the computer area, what was the first, and repeat please, what is the punch card. And we think that punch card was the first in this field. Yeah, this is how the things developed after the punch cards. It will be another hard disks, digital, cloud, and something else. But the first one was punch cards. I think it's look very similar to use it here.
So guys, I don't know if you have any more questions. We can ask privately while having some drinks. So just to finish this, what I'd like to add that people are raising huge money with these tools now, and there are good projects, bad projects, and I think this is one of the better projects because it's connected to real world. Yeah, it's real. You can touch it, you can feel it. It's like real estate. It's cool. So it's not something futuristic and very vague. It's something real, co-working office space. So I hope that projects like that are going to help this bubble not burst in a very bad way, So because of course there is a bubble now in SEO market, and of course probably it's gonna be a little smaller soon, this bubble, but it's gonna stay with us, and projects like Primalbase are gonna help this market evolve and become the major way to crowdfund, to raise money for business. So I think everything is gonna be good, and Primalbase is gonna cover all the world, and it's gonna be a major hub for all blockchain-based projects all over the world. Thank you guys for coming here, and let's have some drinks and chat informally. Thank you.
So thank you all for your in them all, and I think it's clear the importance of community and collaboration, and we can already see how blockchain technology and a traditional industry can come together and create something very, very cool. And I personally can't wait to see what other industries and areas blockchain can add to and how we can innovate together. And as you may know, our ICO is on the 26th of June, where we will be releasing our tokens for sale. These tokens, as has been mentioned several times, can be sold, rented or leased out. So we hope you get involved with that, and we hope after now you join us for a drink. We have beers, we have snacks, and then in about half an hour we will head over to Jefferson's just across the street for some dinner. And yeah, so see you all there, and thank you so much again.
Thank you.